All right, let's thumb through the 16 futures out of the 82 that I have in my watch list that I focus on in alphabetical order. Begin with crude oil. We can see here very broadly, very stable crude oil back in the 80s and 90s, and then we began this ascent as the kind of BRICS slash global economy boomed, and this all peaked 2008 financial crisis, plummet, and then we had beautiful top here, beautiful top here, beautiful top here, which you may remember it led to negative crude oil prices briefly. And then we had the multi-trillion-dollar COVID bailout slash destroy the U.S. government. And then we've got this top here, which is extremely stubborn about breaking down. Because as you can see here, breakdown did not take long at all. It was virtually instantaneous. This time, years are going by, because the sort of should have broken down was like 30 months ago. And since then, it's been just like little top, little top, little top, little top, little top. 60 or thereabouts seems to be incredibly strong support. We are getting some break recently. We're in some of the lowest levels we've seen in the past half decade. Maybe it'll ultimately work out. Maybe this sucker will plunge big time. Again, I can't believe how great Slope Charts is, because I really got a view on the other side this week. So if you don't use it, you really should. It is just so much better. I feel like I'm taking a cool drink of water in the middle of a desert right now. So yeah, there's crude oil, still very vulnerable. Dow Jones Futures has been on a tear. Here again, this top played out nicely for 3 days. So it crashed down here and it's been up ever since. This could use maybe another trend line or two. It's very funny to be using two chart platforms because I have to kind of retrain myself each time just a little bit how to use them. As you can see, we're getting a little bit of teeny bit of weakness along this trend line, but you know, green every day. So that's the DJES, most important of all. And this has been in a channel for double-digit number of years. And most recently, and this is a very sharp trend line, I recognize, but we have broken this. And for the past, 7 trading days, we have been clinging for dear life to that trend line. Intraday lifetime high today. I mean, we're not that far from 7,000 for God's sake. But this is starting to look a little bit questionable. F40 is the CAC 40 futures. Here once again, we've got a good examples of like top and drop, top and drop, top and don't do anything. It's just been, you know, it's like top, nope, somewhat of a drop, top, yeah, pretty good drop, and now we're still up here. So we've spent the past couple of years just screwing around between 6,800 and 8,300 on this. We're getting near the highish side of that right now. FESX, the Eurostoxx 50 futures, this also has been zipping to, I don't know if it's necessarily the lifetime highs. It looks awfully close. Let me just stretch my chart here and take a look. Yeah, we have gotten above those levels. So, you know, for what it's worth, way back in 2000, so we've bested levels that were reached a quarter century ago. Yeah, big strong day there. Gold, of course, is a sensation. We had for 11 years a very steady bull market, and then we spent about a dozen years hammering out this sensational, massive cup with handle pattern. And that finally completed early in 2024, and we've almost doubled the price of gold since then because the US dollar sucks. And so, yeah, this has been just amazing, and I wouldn't be at all surprised to see $4,000 plus next week per ounce for gold. Heating oil, kind of the same shtick as crude oil. It's just been screwing around for years at this point. top and drop, top and drop, top and drop, top and screw around endlessly. 2.5 years ago, it should have collapsed, and it's just been picking its nose, kind of like crude oil. Hang Seng futures, extremely positive couple of years for that. But as with here and here, my view is that we may be at another high. Now, I thought the same thing a few weeks back, and that wasn't true because, there's plenty of room between present price levels and this most recent lower high. I mean, it could go up several thousand more points and not violate that. But just to set a guide, I don't think this trend line is particularly important, but by way of the trend line, did that draw it right? Let me stretch this a bit and find out. Let's go above. Oh, I see what it's doing. Okay, so let's do this manually. What we're going to do is just manually draw a trend line. We'll just rough it out from here to here, and we'll zoom in. It nailed it, because slope charts is freaking awesome. And we'll change this to red. And okay, no, it's getting pretty close. All right, that was worthwhile. That was worth doing. Cool. All right, so that's the Hang Seng. Let's unstretch the chart now. Natural gas, I don't know if the sine wave is going to remain intact. It's still got a chance. I mean, certainly in the past it's moved away from the sine wave and then caught up again, so it could well happen, but who knows. Nikkei 225, once again, a top that really never amounted to anything. It broke down hard here, but ever since it's been la 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 la. So Japanese stock market, weirdly strong. And here too, let's just throw down, because it's so easy, an automatic trend line. We'll unextend that, and it is just like right at the cusp right now of support. In Q, the Nasdaq futures, this channel's key here because we actually broke below the channel way back in March of 2025, and we've been beneath it ever since. This is interesting because look, just like resist, resist, resist. Push, 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 push. So it's really struggling along that channel line, as you can see. Kind of magical, really, how it's clinging so powerfully to that. Although without it, of course, you can see it's just lifetime highs all the time. But that's what's going on under the surface. Palladium, beautiful bullish chart. And in my ETF video, I waxed poetic about this for a while, so I'll just leave the ETF video to speak for itself. RTY, the Russell 2000 futures, lifetime high on Friday. Long term, this is obviously the third time we've gotten to this area. The prior two times have plunged. This time, I don't know if it's reached escape velocity or not. Of course, what I would love to see would be for it to break below this consolidation area that it's been in. Because right now it is bullishly configured and with some more strength to basically just be off to the races. Silver, getting close to a lifetime high on this, very close to it. The nominal former high was, I guess, in 2011. And let's just lay down a marker there to keep an eye on it. And we're getting awfully close, awfully close. Yeah, because that's at 49.82. And yeah, we're like 4% away, if my quick arithmetic is right. So you can see what a sensational rally that's been. Wheat, well, it's cheap. Well, that's good. Enjoy your bread. And the bonds have been stabilizing. They were looking very, very risky back here in May, but they've strengthened somewhat, and maybe they'll be okay. That's all.